Prosciutto di Parma.
The gorgonzola cream pasta and a salad, please. I'd like to know what you've been up to all these years, Kusunoki.
I'd like to hear about you first, Himeno.
No, let's start with you.
Well, this isn't going to be all that interesting. Starting with the disclaimer, I talked about middle and high school. How I started to see my scholarly abilities gradually decline in middle school third year. How I went to the best college prep school in the area, yet ended up now attending a shockingly average college. And how I hadn't touched a paintbrush since the winter when I was 17. I was done in less than 5 minutes. There was hardly anything worth talking about in my life.
Huh? So you gave up on art? That's too bad. Personally, I liked your pictures, Kusunoki.
Big difference from this other guy I know.
You were drawing all the time, and you made such beautiful, breathtaking pictures like it was nothing. I could never come close. You probably never noticed, but sometimes I took your pictures home and stared at them for ages.
You never told me anything like that back then.
Well, at the time, I was super antagonistic toward you. I didn't want to admit you had other talents other than studying.
Yeah, I was antagonistic too. We were about the same in academics, yet it seemed the adults would always heap their praise on pretty little Himeno. I thought it was just unfair that someone could be such a capable student. And beautiful.
Yeah, I guess nobody would have expected a girl like that would drop out of high school.
Drop out?
So you didn't know after all. I can't say this is too interesting either, but...
Himeno then explained the events leading up to her dropping out. She omitted the part about her pregnancy, which Miyagi had given in her summary.
Ultimately, I suppose I was childish. I couldn't stand the slightest imperfection, so I messed things up way down to the roots. It seems my mind's never changed ever since that summer 10 years ago, when I changed schools and left you. I'm sure 10 years ago, I was a reasonably smart girl, but I suppose as a result, it just gave rise to foolish pride deep down, a notion I didn't need to mature any further. And so I'm still not that much different from that 10-year-old dreamer, even while everyone else keeps changing. So what about you, Kusunoki? I'm sure you've also changed in these 10 years.
You're not the only one who hasn't changed, Himeno. Since the day we parted, I too haven't changed a bit. Around this point, I began to lose my calm. I knew what I was saying. I predicted how it would sound to Himeno's ears. Years with nothing to live for, passing pointless, lonely days. It felt like the world only existed to disappoint me, and I understood how foolish it was to do this. It was like I was already half dead. But that's why, just a few days ago, that wouldn't stop me. I sold off my lifespan for 10,000 yen per year. I let the jumbled mess that had built up inside me out all at once. I jumped from one topic to another, the shop that dealed in lifespan, despairing over my future, and selling off all but 3 months of my life. And after that, my being followed around by an invisible observer. You can't see her, Himeno, but she's here, right now. Here, right here. She's a girl named Miyagi, and while she speaks in a really blunt way, if you just talk with her, she's actually very...
Hey, Kusunoki? I don't mean any offense, but... do you have any idea how completely unreal what you're saying is?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know how ridiculous it sounds.
Yes, it is ridiculous. But, you know, Kusunoki, despite that, I can't think it's a lie. Not the part about having little time left, nor that there's a girl observing you. We've known each other long enough that if you try to lie or tried to pull one over on me, I'd know right away. So while it's certainly hard to swallow, I can believe that you're not lying about selling your lifespan. I'm sorry for making you go first, but actually, I've been hiding something too. Excuse me. We can continue this after we have our dinner.
Miyagi, sorry, but could you check the ladies' room? Maybe something happened to Himeno. Himeno never came back. I walked around the restaurant, but she was nowhere to be found. I returned to my seat in defeat.
Quite tasty even when it's cold.
Hey Miyagi, be honest with me. Why do you think Himeno left?
Perhaps because she thought you were insane.
But the truth was a little more complicated, and Miyagi knew that too, and she hid it, for my sake.
Sir, your companion asked me to give you this.
Miyagi, you knew about this and kept it from me?
I did. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. You let me have a good dream. And in my original life, Himeno would have succeeded in her objective. Is that right?
Correct. Miss Himeno would have done it right before your eyes, Mr. Kusunoki.
To show it to me. To clear up years of resentment.
To my one and only childhood friend, I had intended to die right in front of you. At the viewing platform, I had meant to have you wait below and fall right down next to you. Maybe you would say you didn't realize, but I always despised you. For never responding to my cries for help, and casually appearing before me now. I couldn't hate you more. So now that you consider me someone you can't do without, I thought I'd kill myself. But it seems like you've gone even more insane than me in these 10 years. It doesn't seem like it'll do any good getting revenge on you now. So I'm just going to quietly vanish. Goodbye. I only hope that what you said about having little time left to live is true.
What a fool I am. I'd lived alone all my life to avoid feeling like this. I should have just trusted in my own way to the end.
You'll be drenched.
As you can see, I'm in a getting drenched mood.
Is that right?
You don't have to get drenched, you know.
As you can see, I am in a getting drenched mood.